Get ready to go in Philadelphia. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. There's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang, 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 gang. Know we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due. I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that don't play with my name, you come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name, I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion, you started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a kid, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not in it.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here
between the Washington Commanders
and the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems feels like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Hurts.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Powell's throw into the hands of Turner. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Powell. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Hey, check that, street.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Throwing his Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
And their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The Eagles are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere like that.
After the sack on first down, Howell got this complete to Jahan Dotson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Howell throwing on third down here. They're going for Herbert, but this is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get possession of the football. It's time to run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Another run with Sanders. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Howell to throw on second down. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Out of the gun, it's Howell.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. So 2nd and long, you got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack.
Howell looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That'll give him 8 that time. That brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Here's Howell.
Flushed out right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
18 rounded.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm not flying.
Another run here with Sanders. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
Let's go now.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Right there, hurt.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30, the 40, the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. Here's Hurts. Steps away. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Head the street. 18, 5 years. 70 Ranger.
They're going to look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The Eagles are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. On 2nd and 2, Howell. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Howell under pressure. They got him again. That's big Jordan Davis spiraling in to drop it.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
That's going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes Reed. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these 2 defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's got a man complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Howell, another throw on second down. Out left to Dotson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up rhythm.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Throwing on second and long. Howell. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Eagles are in great shape as they take over the 46-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So third down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up fourth down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here's Howell. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession. See, it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go option to the short side, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Powell to throw. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
They'll have to be careful how they handle this. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing here, Howell. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute. Now Joey Slye for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying,
he's got a man, complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A big play there for Philly. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both notice it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take over. They'll set a shot at the 46-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Philadelphia, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Washington, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.